This video shall be scaled to epic proportions. Why? Because we are scaling things now. So we've gotten orthographic drawings, we've played around with measurement, we're trying to fit stuff on the page and follow that front top side view. But one key consideration is how well does your object fit on the page? You see, if you don't utilize the entire page, you may be missing an opportunity to clearly show the object. The larger the picture is on your page, the clearer it is. The clearer it is. Okay, so for you, I'm going to introduce how scale is presented. It's a ratio, 1 to 1. So 1 to 1. What does that mean? Your drawing is the first number. So if I'm drawing something in real size, it's 1 to 1. That means my drawing is 1 compared to 1, the real object. Let me do this to make more sense. This could be turned into a ratio, a fraction, excuse me. 1 over 1. So this is what you're seeing with a ratio, scale ratio. Let me show you what it looks like in terms of objects. So we've got 4 squares. Here is the real square. Okay, it's 1 inch wide, 1 inch tall. It is drawn in a 1 to 1 ratio. That means that for every inch in real life, it's going to be an inch on the paper. That ratio would be 1 over 1, which is actually, I guess, over here. 1 over 1, so it equals 1, and it's 1 times the size. 1 times magnification. Let's move to this one. This object is in 1.5 to 1. It could also be 3 to 2. Because if I were to have a fraction, I'll put it down here, 3 over 2, if you were to turn that into whole numbers and a fraction, it would be 1.5. So you can do 3 to 2 scale. 3 to 2 scale is basically saying that the object on my paper is going to be 1.5 times as long in every dimension than the real object. Same deal. 2 to 1 means that, let's see, it's going to be 2 over 1, so 2 over 1, and it's going to be twice the size. Now, if I enlarge the second number, that means my real object is actually larger than my drawn object. So this square is drawn in a 1 to 2 scale, so it's half the size. So it's half an inch, half an inch, half an inch, half an inch. Now here's the cool thing. When you go to dimension your object, what do you think the dimension is going to be? Even though, with my ruler, I'll prove it, this square is 1.5 inches tall, I write 1 inch because we always dimension to the real object, the real measurement. You do not measure, so even though this square is 1.5 inches tall, I still put 1 inch because the actual object is smaller than the drawn object. So, remember, you take the ratio, you can turn it into a fraction with your drawn object over your real object, and you dimension to the real object size.